Welcome to today's maths lesson. It's Mrs Gallis here, and today we're going to be mathematicians. In today's lesson, we're going to be learning about time. We're going to learn to tell the time to the half and half past the hour. To be able to do this, you will need to recognise the role of the hands on a clock face. You'll need to read the time to the hour. You'll have to understand half of. You'll be able to read the time to half past the hour. And you'll also be able to know that time is told by past the hour when half past. So then, are you ready to learn to tell the time? Good. The resources you will need today: paper, scissors, a pencil, a round plate or a dish to draw around. Pause the video here while you get your resources. So let's warm our brains up. We're going to fill in the missing multiples of 5. So we've got the number 5 in the centre of our board, and then we've got numbers around it. So what would 2 times 5 be? 3 times 5, 10 times 5, 8 times 5, 6 times 5, 7 times 5, 4 times 5. I've included a 100 square to help you if you need it. Pause the video while you find the answers. How did you do? Let's see. Our first one was 2 times 5. We know that's 5, 10. 3 times 5, 5, 10, 15. 10 times 5. We know 10 lots of 5 is 50. 8 lots of 5, 8 times 5 is 40. 6 times 5 is 30. And 7 times 5 is 35. 4 times 5 is 20. And 5 times 5 is 25. Look at your number formation. Are your numbers the right way round? Check. Here you go. Have another go. Fill in the missing multiples of 5. Pause the video while you do this. Let's have a look at our answers, shall we? There are all the answers for you. So 9 lots of 5 are 45, 6 5s are 30, 11 5s are 55, 7 5s are 35, 5 5s are 25, 8 5s are 40, 3 5s are 15 and 10 5s are 50. Well done. How did you get on? Do you think you might need to practice those a little bit more, your 5 times table? Have a go. You could make your own circle and put your own numbers in, or ask a grown-up to help you or somebody else in your house. Vocabulary that we will use today: hour, half past, hands, face and minutes. Today we're going to tell the time to half past and to the hour. First of all, I would like you to get an A4 piece of paper and a circular object, perhaps like a plate like I've got, to draw around. Once you've drawn around your plate, can you write the number 12 at the very top, please? And then at the bottom, write number 6. So we've got the 12 and the 6. If we were to fold that piece of paper in half, we would get the accurate halfway of the circle. So that might help you. And then draw number 3. And then draw number 9. Think about your number formation with this, won't you? Pause the video and check that you've done that. And let's go again. Number 1, 2, 4, 5, 7 and 8, 9 and 10. Well done. That should be your clock face, all prepared now. So here's my clock face. We call it a clock face because it's the face of the clock. I've got my numbers drawn on for my hours. So I've got number 1 all the way round to number 12. They're evenly spaced, and I've put a dot right in the centre of my circle. A grown-up can help you to do that, or somebody else in your house if you need some help. We have done this before. We did it when we were in year 1, if you remember. So this is just recapping our learning from year 1. Now I need some hands. I don't mean the things on the end of your wrists. I mean the clock face hands. We have an hour hand and a minute hand. I'm going to draw my minute hand in black and my hour hand in red. Notice how my minute hand is longer than my hour hand. I'm calling the minute hand an hour hand. Why do you think that is? Talk to somebody, or just talk to me at the screen. That's right, because the hour hand, the red hand, points to the numbers to tell me what hour it is. And the black hand, the minute hand, points to the minutes. We'll learn more about that in a moment. First of all, if you've got a pair of scissors, can you cut your hour and minutes hand out, please? Pause the video while you do this. Using the hands that you have cut out, can you place them onto your clock to practice time? Can you place them the same way I have? What time is this? That's right. The small hand, the red hand, the hour hand is pointing to number 9. So the hour is 9. The big hand, the minutes hand, is pointing to the very top, the 12, which means it's o'clock. So it is 9 o'clock because the little hand is pointing to the 9. Hands, can you place them onto your clock, like I have? What time is this? Tell somebody, or shout it at the screen at me. I knew you knew it. It was 6 o'clock. You were very good with time in year 1 when we did time to the hour. At this one, what have we got here? What time is this? Well done. It's 3 o'clock. Can you tell me why? That's right. You can see the hour hand is pointing to the 3 and the minutes hand is at the top. It's 12 o'clock. What are the times to the hour can you show? Show an adult or another person in your household. Well done. You can tell the time to the hour. Now we're going to look at half past, but first let's have a quiz. Do you know how many seconds there are in a minute? Wow, so just 1 minute. How many seconds? Sometimes we count in seconds and we go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, that was 10 seconds. Was that a minute? I don't think so. Talk to somebody in your house to see if they know. How many seconds are there in a minute? There are 60 seconds in a minute. Okay, do you know this one? How many minutes are there in an hour? I think lots of you will know this. You could count the little dots, couldn't you, around a clock? How many minutes in an hour? 60. I bet you got that right. But you know, if you didn't, I bet you were thinking along the right lines. So, if there are 60 minutes in 1 hour, how many minutes are there in half an hour? Well done, there are 30, because half of 60 is 30. You knew that, didn't you? Well done. A clock face is a full circle which is made up of 2 halves. And we can see on this clock face that you can count around the clock face in 5s. We're really good at counting in 5s. Shall we do that? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Why does it go up to 60? Because there are 60 minutes in an hour. This is half of a clock face, and that's the other half of a clock face. So how many minutes make up half an hour? There are 30 minutes in half an hour. You just found that out in that quiz, didn't you? 30 minutes in half an hour. When it is 30 minutes past the hour, we say half past the hour. Look at this time. The big hand is pointing at 6, which is halfway around the clock. Where is the small hand pointing? Is it on the number 1 or 2? No, it's not, is it? It's halfway between 1 and 2. So it's half past 1, because the small hand has gone past the 1. Hasn't got to 2 yet, so it's half past 1. What time is this clock showing? Where is the big hand pointing? The big hand is pointing to the 6, isn't it? Which means it's half past. Where is the small hand pointing? The small hand is in between the 11 and the 12. So that means it's past the 11, but not quite got to the 12. So it's half past 11. What do you notice about the small hand? The small hand is halfway between the 3 and the 4. So what time is this clock showing? The big hand is at half past. The small hand has gone past the 3 but hasn't got to the 4. So it is half past 3. Which clock is showing half past 2? Pause the video while you look and point to the clock that is showing half past 2. There we go, well done. The small hand is past the 2 but hasn't got to the 3, and the big hand is showing us half past. Which clock is showing half past 9? Well done. The small hand is past the 9, hasn't got to the 10, and the big hand is at halfway, which is half past. And which clock is showing half past 7? Yes, you got that right. The small hand is past the 7 and the big hand is showing us at half past. It's halfway round the clock. Let's have a look now. What time is this clock showing? What time is it? Pause the video while you have a think or talk to somebody. Okay, I'm going to write the answer. Half past 1. The little hand is past the 1 but not reached the 2. The big hand is at half past. You could write the number 1 in the word 1, which is what I would prefer, but if you wanted to, you could write the numeral 1. How about this one? What's this one? We know it's half past because the big hand is at the 6, so it's gone halfway round. The little hand is past the 10. 10. Oh, that was easy to write, wasn't it? You could have written the 10 or you could have written the numeral 10. Now it's your turn. Look at these clocks and write down exactly the way I did what time it is. Remember, I'd like you to write the number in words if you can. Have a go. So there are 4 times here. What are the times? Pause the video while you do this. Now it's your turn with these. I've written the times. Can you draw a clock face and draw these times on the clock face? Pause that video. Make sure you have done the 8 questions I've given you on time before you continue. Here we go. How did you get on? You can pause the video here and check your answers. And the same here. Pause the video and check your answers. You can practice telling the time throughout the day at home. Ask a grown-up or somebody else in your household to help you, to keep testing you. Look at the clock and write down the time that it's saying. Maybe you might challenge yourself to do other times other than half past. Hope you're going to come back tomorrow when we're going to do 2:45 and 1/4 past. Can't wait to hear from you. See you tomorrow. And don't forget, check your target. Can you tell the time to half and to the hour and half past the hour? I bet you can. There are ways for you to keep in touch with us. You could take a photo of your work and WhatsApp it to school, and then it will be sent to me so I can see it. Or take a photo and email it in. And I'm just going to go over and check my emails now to see if anybody has emailed anything in already. Stay safe, stay at home, and keep washing those hands. Speak to you later. Bye.